At what to expect for the rest of your work week coming right up.
Plus, an arrest made in a kidnapping investigation, how the suspect was connected to the victim. And one special Yakima child has a chance to share her story with the entire nation. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Jason Valentine, in for Brianna Berman solo. Jill, good Monday morning.
Good Monday to you. How was your weekend?
It was fantastic. I love the warmer temperatures, and I've had some busy weekends, so it was a nice weekend to get some rest.
Oh, good.
So just glad to be here to start your week. Let's take a look outside. Legend Skycam Network. Calm morning this morning, and we do expect to see some shower activities. We move into our late morning to early afternoon hours, but for right now, other than a little bit of a cell trying to get into the Yakima Valley, we're looking more or less dry this morning. So do get ready for plenty of cloud coverage as you are getting up, but we do have warmer temperatures specifically for the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region. In the Yakima Valley and the Ellensburg area, still going to take a couple more days to get back to where they should be. So we do expect to see some light snow late morning to early afternoon hours, then sporadic snow as we get into the evening hours. For the Tri-Cities area, late morning rain snow mix to rain, and we could even see some heavier rain cells come through as we get to the latter part of our afternoon. Same story for Walla Walla. So a lot going on. Again, warmer in the Blues in the Mid-Columbia, so we could see a little bit of snow for Ellensburg and Yakima today. I'll break that down, but much better conditions on the way this week. I'll have your forecast coming up, but let's send it back to Jill.
An arrest in an abduction investigation in Kennewick. Kennewick police say Friday morning a 24-year-old man forcibly took a 19-year-old woman from her Kennewick home. Officers say the 24-year-old and the 19-year-old woman had previously dated. Early Friday afternoon, detectives located the suspect on West Kennewick Avenue.
Our patrol officers and our detectives got on the investigation right away, and they were able to confirm the initial information that she was kidnapped with the Ring doorbell that's attached to her house. So it showed both the suspect, Johnny Cochran, forcing his way into her house and then removing her from the house and taking her away.
Detectives have spoken with the victim. The suspect was booked into Benton County Jail for burglary, kidnapping, and aggravated assault. Friday morning, law enforcement officers arrested a 13-year-old accused of lying about a shooting and a bomb threat at Housel Middle School in Prosser. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says the same child is accused of making 3 separate calls in 2 days. The city of Prosser says a caller Thursday claimed they had seen a bomb threat online, and then Friday morning they got a call claiming that there was an active shooter at the school. Investigators say neither of those reports turned out to be true. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says they expect the teen to be charged for each of the 3 calls. The results of the February special election have officially been certified. The election in our area focused on bond and levy proposals, which help fund local school districts. School levies only need a simple majority, more than 50% of the vote, in order to pass. All levies passed in Benton, Franklin, and Yakima counties, but bonds require a certain percentage of voters to return their ballots and 60% approval, resulting in a failure in Mabton, while the Pasco School District bond just barely passed at 60.91%. There's a critical shortage of services for kids with special health care needs in the Yakima Valley, and Children's Village is struggling to keep up with demand. As of last Tuesday, they had 711 kids on the wait list for physical, occupational, or physical therapy, plus more than 100 other kids waiting on medical services. They're working to increase their capacity with an expansion, and the Memorial Foundation is $4.3 million short of their $15 million goal to help them and the hospital's family birthplace make needed changes.
This is a place where children and families can thrive, and that's really special to have that right here in our community. And the only way we have that is because we have the community as a part of us and a part of our village.
Donations can be made online at champscampaign.org, and all of it will go to support children who see the world a little differently. 10-year-old Yakima girl Lily Baker is one of those kids Children's Village has supported, and her story is about to be shared on a national level. Cap KVUE's Emily Goodell tells us it's not only a chance for her to inspire others, but to raise money for kids like her.
What's your name?
Lilipika.
And how old are you?
10.
10?
Yeah!
Like many kids, Lily loves her brother, animals, reading, playing outside, dancing, and singing.
She is a girl that will make you stop and smell the flowers.
She's also very special because out of all the kids Multi-Care Yakima Memorial Hospital provides services to, she was nominated to be this year's patient ambassador for the ACE Foundation. And against all the kids nominated by Children's Miracle Network hospitals across the country, they picked her.
She is one special little dynamo, firecracker girl who will melt your heart if you ever meet her.
She also has Down syndrome.
After she was born, my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and I remember sitting in the NICU with her, and I was in such despair with not knowing if he was going to be okay and if I was going to be okay and if my daughter was going to, what was going to happen, because I didn't really know what Down syndrome meant.
But after 10 years, she says the easiest way she's found to explain it is that Lily just needs a little extra help.
The world wasn't made for Lily, but the world wasn't made for any of us, really.
Being the 10th ACE All-Star, Lily's already making a difference.
We have a $10,000 check from Ace Hardware that was signed by Lily, and that's going towards the campaign to be able to expand services.
And soon, her story will be shared across the nation to raise money to help kids like her.
Her story is worth being told. She's worth being told, and I'm hopeful that paying it forward in this way with our story and our message, it will help other families and let them know that they're not alone.
In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Cap KVUE Local News.
And for the rest of the year, Lily will be doing events with Ace Hardware to raise awareness of the growing need for special health services and get some surprises along the way. Leadership Tri-Cities is an educational program to examine issues around the region that teams up with local organizations for its annual class project. This year, the class is partnering with the Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties to open up a new thrift store to help support their mission. It's going to be located right next door to their services in Kennewick to help local domestic violence survivors.
What is something that 10 years from now we can go, hey, we did that? And having a thrift store was very appealing, because this is something that we can help set up. Domestic Violence Services had already had the idea, they already had the space, they just needed some help to sort of light the fire and get it going.
And later tonight on Cap KVUE Local News, we'll have more about this project, including the potential opening date, as well as some upcoming fundraisers that benefit the Domestic Violence Services. We have new information about the house where 4 University of Idaho students were violently killed last November. The house has been fenced off and under guard since then. The University of Idaho says the property owner gave the house to the university, and university officials are planning to tear it down. They haven't decided yet what to do with the property after that. The University of Idaho president says they're evaluating options and students might be involved in the decision. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
And folks, we do expect to see some showers today in the form of snow to rain, snow mix to rain. I'll get you ready for the start of your work week and my forecast coming right up.
Plus, a dangerous new drug is making its way across the United States, leaving the user in a zombie-like state.
Watch Thursday at 9 on ABC and Cap KVUE, sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health, providing compassionate, high-quality care for over 75 years.
Click-It RV Tri-City Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it.
Or come to the Pasco Autoplex.
From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee.
Only at Click-It RV Tri-Cities or ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click-It RV.
We protect your house.
We're doing it!
And your car.
We need to keep our energy up. I want to take me to Funky Town.
Because we know they're the launching pad to their dreams. And now you can save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is. Bring your friends.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Awesome views at an awesome place. Cap give you local news at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back. A new drug is sweeping across major cities in the United States. Some people call it zombie drug. Others call it Tranq. Not only does it have an increased chance of causing an overdose, but it rots the user's skin. Now some states, including South Carolina, are taking action. Mike Owen reports.
So it's known as a zombie drug. It's also known as Tranq. It is a veterinary tranquilizer. So if it's being cut with other drugs, it's also a drug potentiator. So it increases the high of any other drug that it might be cut with.
Users cut xylazine or Tranq with opioids like fentanyl to increase their high. But overdoses are more common when addicts use both drugs together. And because Tranq is not an opioid, Narcan doesn't work on it.
The drug all around is absolutely terrifying. It also destroys the tissue at the injection site. So not only is it terrifying concept as the way it works and things like that, but visually as well, it can be terrifying.
The drug gives users a zombie-like appearance because it causes excessive drowsiness and rots their skin, sometimes all the way to the bone. While Myrtle Beach has not seen any cases of Tranq overdoses yet, Smith says they're preparing.
We're going to send out an advisory to first responders just to know what to look for, especially with that visual component of the possibility of ulcers and things like that around injection sites. That'll give them the tools and the information that they need.
Captain Jonathan Evans with Myrtle Beach Fire says they're working with the opioid coordinator and will adjust to whatever drugs come their way.
We try to stay prepared for any kind of situation, but obviously there's things that will come about that we'll have to adapt and overcome with, and as things change, just like with the fentanyl and everything else, we'll have to adapt our procedures and make sure we're keeping ourselves safe while also protecting our public.
Coming up, severe weather continues to take its toll across the U.S., leaving behind hundreds of shattered homes. And Jason Valentine will return with a look at your First Alert forecast.
It would appear that the butler did it. But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Catch these offers while you can.
Walker's Furniture is ending the shortest month of the year with the biggest discounts of the year. For 28 hours only, get big store-wide discounts plus no money down financing for 5 years.
This weekend through Monday at all Walker's locations.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer. The RS family of Chevy SUVs, definitely worth a follow. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
Taco time got you feeling like a craven lunatic?
Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Walker's Furniture is ending the shortest month of the year with the biggest discounts of the year. For 28 hours only, get big store-wide discounts plus no money down financing for 5 years.
This weekend through Monday at all Walker's locations.
It would appear that the butler did it. But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Catch these offers while you can.
A special place with fabulous views, mountain biking, and more.
We're blessed with an embarrassment of riches when it comes to open space and trails.
Antoine Peak on Fly the Northwest.
Stunning.
KEPKV Local News at 6 Tuesday.
Is it a cream cheese?
Yes.
Next live, Riley Keough. Plus, coming March 13th, it's Live's After Oscar Show.
Today at 9 on KEPKV. Weather alert today. KEPKV Local News First Alert Weather, helping keep you and your family safe. Now, KEPKV First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to the work week. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Starting to see some light coming into our areas, but do expect plenty of cloud coverage as you're getting up this morning. Maybe a hint of sun here or there, but we do expect a bit of changes on the way. So we are warmer, especially in the mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain regions, taking the Yakima, Kittitas areas a little longer to warm up, but we'll get there by midweek. We do have light rain to snow expected today. So since Yakima, Kittitas taking a little longer to warm up, could be seeing more of that snow. So we saw this little cell come through about an hour ago, but we do have some looming storms coming our way. So let's take a look at that futurecast. As we get into our late morning hours, we do expect to see snow to rain snow mix for Yakima. It looks like plain old snow for Ellensburg, but as we move into the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, Pendleton areas, we do expect to see just plain old rain, maybe rain snow mix, and we could see a heavy cell or two come through the Tri-Cities, especially as we head into our early evening hours. Now this snow and rain snow mix is going to be sticking around through, it looks like Tuesday morning, so we'll just have occasional showers here and there, but as we move along in Tuesday, it's finally going to start to dissipate, and we do expect much nicer conditions as we head into Wednesday and into the rest of our work week. More sunshine is on the way. This is pretty much a transition from those winter conditions we had last week to a return to where we should be for this time of year. Sometimes the Mother Nature throws a little bit of a fit before it settles down. So right now, 34 in Walla Walla, being helped out by some wind action there. We have some 30s, mid-20s, and 18 in Ellensburg. Again, taking a little longer for Ellensburg and Yakima to join everyone else in these warmer conditions. So we are below our average for this time of year for the week ahead, though it's quite a contrast to what we saw last Friday. So warmer temperatures are going to be sticking with us. It's just going to take a little bit to get back to our average. So wind speeds, light winds right now, and we do expect light winds for your day. But as we move into tomorrow, we're going to see a little bit of a push around 15-mile-per-hour winds. Slow down Wednesday, and then heavier winds around 20 miles per hour. Could be up to 30 miles per hour for Ellensburg or Pendleton, and then just slowly slowing down into the weekend. So plenty of wind on the way. So spring countdown. Daylight savings time 2 weeks from yesterday. St. Patrick's Day 18 days away. Spring just 3 weeks away. My goodness, spring can't get here soon enough. All right, for today, we are in the mid to upper 30s for Yakima and Ellensburg. All of our other regions are going to be in the mid to lower 40s as, again, it's just taking a little longer for Kittitas and Yakima valleys to warm up, matching everyone, but we will be getting there. Mid 40s by Wednesday, upper 40s for Thursday and Friday. A little cooler for your weekend, but more sunshine on the way, and overnight lows will return to the 20s. And again, we do expect some snow to rain snow mix today. In the Tri-Cities area, up to the 50s by Thursday and Friday. And again, folks, a lot more sunshine is on the way. So think of today and early tomorrow as a bit of a transitional period from those winter-like conditions earlier last week into what we're seeing today. So get ready for some snow to rain snow mix as we get to the late morning to early afternoon, and then occasional showers as we head into the evening hours.
Now to the extreme weather overnight. Winds topping 100 miles per hour, slamming the southern plains. Widespread damage is reported, along with reported tornadoes. And now storms are moving into the Midwest. Heavy rain for Chicago's morning commute. Icy conditions further north. And everywhere from the New York City suburbs to New England is bracing for significant snowfall tonight into tomorrow. But we begin with the destruction in the middle of the country. ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
The powerful storms rolled across the plains in the middle of the night, with destructive winds from the Texas Panhandle to Kansas. People in Oklahoma City were urged to take immediate shelter after a confirmed tornado was on the move just outside the city. The winds ripping off roofs and throwing this RV against a house. In nearby Norman, Oklahoma, the damage is described as widespread.
All I heard was like rattling. The whole house was shaking. The door was going crazy. Our front window in our third bedroom busted through, and glass was just flying through the hallway, and it was kind of scary, yeah.
This is the same system that brought rain, wind, and snow to the West Coast, stranding drivers and closing down sections of major highways. More than 6 feet of snow fell in the higher elevations of Southern California. Hundreds of students from Orange County were stranded overnight at a camp in the San Bernardino Mountains. In Valencia, this embankment collapsed, sending motorhomes plunging into the river down below. Luckily, no one was hurt. As the storm moves east, forecasters are calling for more ice and snow in parts of Michigan, where thousands of customers were still without power 5 days after a storm blanketed parts of the state with ice. The storm is then expected to move into the northeast, with heavy rain today from the mid-Atlantic to New York City and snow to the north. 3 to 6 inches expected in Boston by Tuesday. Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, already blanketed with snow earlier, gearing up for more.
And tomorrow morning could be a messy commute for cities along the I-95 corridor, where several inches of snow is possible. California officials are closing Yosemite National Park for a few days because of severe weather. Park officials announced Saturday that the park will be closed through Wednesday, March 1st. The National Weather Service has also issued a blizzard warning for the Yosemite Valley until Wednesday as well. Officials say that travel on all park roads is restricted to administrative traffic only. That includes all campgrounds and hiking areas inside the park. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the Biden administration is considering new limits on telehealth prescriptions in its fight against the opioid crisis.
Does your property look like this? With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. They have the expert support you can trust. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration. We'll be there when you need us.
Click It RV Tri-City Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Pasco Autoplex. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee. Only at Click It RV Tri-Cities or clickitrv.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the back?
Yeah, it can go back into the bank.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
The new Samsung Galaxy S23. Free for everyone from US Cellular.
I kissed it? Yes.
Water damage comes from anywhere. With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. With the best restoration experts for water damage, you can trust us as your premier restoration partner. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Find new experiences. Find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups or get $2,250 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
This newscast sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we are keeping an eye on possible snow to rain-snow mix on the way as we're moving along in the morning hours. Shouldn't show up, though, till your later morning hours, though we could see a little cell try to come through, like just by Yakima. So, folks, expect some precipitation today. I'll have much more in my forecast that's coming up, but let's send it back to Jill.
The government wants to put new limits on some telehealth prescriptions. The Drug Enforcement Agency has proposed new rules to require patients to have an in-person medical evaluation before being prescribed most prescription medications by their doctors. Patients would still be able to get less addictive medications like antibiotics or birth control prescribed to them by their doctors via telehealth. Prescriptions for other drugs to help with pain or sleep, for example, could also be prescribed via telehealth, but a patient would need an in-person evaluation before getting a refill. One DEA official says the agency wants to expand telemedicine, but with guardrails that prevent the online over-prescribing of controlled medications that can cause harm. Coming up next, bold claims from Russian President Vladimir Putin as he says the United States and its allies want the destruction of the Russian Federation.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Click It RV Tri-City Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Pasco Autoplex. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee. Only at Click It RV Tri-Cities or ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
Okay, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes. Welcome home.
All right, we'll see you later. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Air Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Air Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
I came here because I got injured at work. Alana wasn't cooperating with me with my payments, so I started calling around. The first place I called was SmartMouth, and I've been with them 10 years. They've been very helpful, and they've been real good with me, and they've helped me a lot. I would tell you, you know what? Try them. They're the best ones. I've never had any hiccups with them. I've never had any problems, and they're good at what they do. I felt a lot of support. It felt like family.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Portion of KFKV sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Russian leaders claim the United States and its allies want to destroy the country as the fighting in Ukraine intensifies. And the Supreme Court is planning to hear oral arguments this week that will decide the fate of President Biden's ambitious student debt relief program.
And as the sun greets us on this Monday morning, warmer temperatures are going to be starting to filter in, but rain to snow is expected today. I'll get you prepared.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Jason Valentine, in for Brianna Berman Solo. And again, so happy to be here on a Monday morning, getting everybody started on their work week. But we got warmer temperatures over the weekend, but it's taking Yakima and Ellensburg a little bit longer.
Yeah, a little chance of snow coming in.
A little chance of snow, but don't worry, Yakima, Ellensburg, you are going to make it to, well, at least near the average soon. Let's take a look outside. We're slowly rising, though we have quite a bit of cloud coverage in our areas. Now, we don't yet have any sizable precipitation, though we saw a little bit try to get into the Yakima Valley area, but we do expect snow for Ellensburg and Yakima as we get into the late morning, early afternoon hours. It looks like rain to rain-snow mix for the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region, who are kind of warmer than the rest of our areas. So this is a good way to illustrate it. We're only in the upper 30s today. It's going to take a little while to get even above the freezing mark. So we do have snow expected. Should be light. Now for the Tri-Cities area, we could see a heavy cell of rain-snow mix to rain coming through as we get to the kind of later afternoon hours. But all of this should start late morning for most of our areas. And again, highs for the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region, mid to lower 40s. So we do have precipitation today. Today is a transition day into tomorrow as we get those warmer temperatures on the way and more sunshine as well this week. But we got to go through today first. I'm going to send it back to Jill.
The G20 meeting held over the weekend ended with all but two countries condemning Russia's unprovoked offensive on Ukraine. The holdouts, China and Russia. And U.S. officials have concerns about a potential link between those two superpowers. John Lawrence reports.
The Kremlin is accusing the West of trying to destroy Russia.
They have one goal: to break up the former Soviet Union in its main part, the Russian Federation.
During an interview with Russian state TV, Russian President Vladimir Putin said the goal of leading NATO countries is to, quote, inflict a strategic defeat on us so that our people suffer.
How can we, under these conditions, not take into account their nuclear potentials? They supply Ukraine with weapons worth tens of billions of dollars, because this is participation in the usual sense.
Speaking of participation, U.S. officials say they are confident China is considering sending lethal aid to Russia in its war against Ukraine.
Beijing will have to make its own decisions about how it proceeds, whether it provides military assistance. But if it goes down that road, it will come at real cost to China.
As the Russian invasion of Ukraine enters its second year, President Joe Biden's administration's stance on the issue is clear.
We're not going to stand by and allow one country to roll over another country and try to wipe it off the mat. And we're going to build and have built a coalition of more than 50 nations to resist that and help the Ukrainians defend their own territory.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The possible cooperation between China and Russia isn't the only concern among U.S. officials. CIA Director William Burns says the alliance between Russia and Iran is moving at a pace that is, quote, disturbing. During an appearance on CBS Face the Nation Sunday, Burns said Iran's leaders have not decided whether to resume their weaponization program. The Justice Department says it has seized more than $500 million in assets from pro-Russian figures since the invasion of Ukraine. The list of assets seized includes yachts, properties, and other items, including $75 million in property recently taken from sanctioned Russian oligarch Viktor Vekselberg. A previous seizure included his $90 million luxury yacht. The DOJ task force behind the effort is called KleptoCapture, and it's made up of federal prosecutors, investigators, and analysts. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the task force is a way to support the people of Ukraine. We turn now to the latest on President Biden's ambitious student loan forgiveness plan that aims to lift millions of eligible borrowers out of student loan debt. The U.S. Supreme Court is set to hear oral arguments this week after the plan was paused due to two legal challenges. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
After months in legal limbo, President Biden's sweeping student loan forgiveness plan faces a critical week at the nation's highest court. Lawyers backing two key legal efforts to block the plan set to argue their cases before the Supreme Court justices on Tuesday. 43 million eligible student loan borrowers anxiously waiting the court's decision.
Especially if you're low income, first generation, sometimes the debt that you will have to take on can affect you and your family for years to come.
The Biden student loan forgiveness plan cancels $10,000 in student loans for individuals earning less than $125,000 a year and $20,000 if they were also recipients of Pell Grants. An ambitious campaign promise the president is trying to fulfill using his executive authority under the pandemic emergency.
Our student loan program is designed to give just a little more breathing room.
But separate lawsuits filed by two borrowers and a group of Republican-led states argue the president's plan is an illegal abuse of power and is unfair to some borrowers.
People knew what they were doing when they signed it, and they should pay it off.
But the latest Quinnipiac poll shows a majority of Americans support the student loan forgiveness plan. Roughly 1 in 6 adults carry some debt. Collectively, according to the Federal Reserve, Americans owe more than $1.6 trillion in student loans, many hoping the justices will allow Biden's plan to move forward.
It's not everything, but it would certainly help a lot and relieve a lot of that burden.
Lower courts have sided with the states, but it's unclear how the justices will rule. Meantime, advocacy groups want the Biden administration to start considering backup plans in case it loses this case. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Oh my goodness, we're starting to see a little bit of sunlight this morning, but we have a return of snow to rain, snow mix to rain for our areas today. All of your forecast is coming right up.
Plus, as you plan out your spring cleaning, it's important to keep an eye on the clothes you donate. We'll tell you why when we come back.
I didn't sleep last night.
Live with Kelly and Ryan, today at 9 on Cap KVUE.
What's better than the perfect cut of meat for a tasty meal? That's easy. The perfect cut of meat on sale.
Super One Foods 12-hour meat sale this Thursday only with great savings on USDA Choice Boneless Beef New York Steak, $7.98 a pound. Boneless Beef Sirloin Tip Roast, $3.98 a pound. Prairie Fresh Boneless Pork Loin Roast, $1.98 a pound.
Super One Foods 12-hour meat sale this Thursday only. The savings are sizzling.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Walker's Furniture is ending the shortest month of the year with the biggest discounts of the year. For 28 hours only, get the biggest store-wide discounts up to 70% off. Plus, leave your credit cards at home and take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase special financing for 5 years. So you can get that new living room or bedroom furniture you've always wanted and pay for it over time with no money down during the 28-hour sale this weekend at Walker's.
Does your property look like this? With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. They have the expert support you can trust. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration. We'll be there when you need us.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. With the capability of a 2-inch lift, the versatility of the available multi-flex tailgate, and the connection of a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Chevy Silverado. Taking adventure to a whole new level.
Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $22.50 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Taco time got you feeling like a craving lunatic? Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Water damage comes from anywhere. With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. With the best restoration experts for water damage, you can trust us as your premier restoration partner. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration.
A special place with fabulous views, mountain biking, and more.
We're blessed with an embarrassment of riches when it comes to open space and trails.
Antoine Peak on Fly the Northwest.
Stunning.
Cap KVUE Local News at 6 Tuesday.
Next ET, we're with Tom Cruise gearing up for Maverick's Oscar close-up.
I just can't believe this moment's here.
And kicking it with the Queens at the NAACP Image Awards. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KVUE.
Well, Jason, you've been showing us your spring countdown in
Yes,
the forecast,
yes.
and I'm very excited about that, which means spring cleaning may be on your mind. But what should you do with unwanted clothes? Well, we know donations can make a difference and help the environment with fewer clothes ending up in landfills.
But sometimes unwanted clothes are in poor condition or access to certain donation centers can be difficult. ABC's Melissa Adon gets to the heart of it.
Inside the Los Angeles Mission Warehouse, people like Christopher Taylor are hard at work making sure donated clothing find a new home, a cause deeply personal.
Once I was one of them out there.
6 years ago, Christopher found himself accepting the services of the LA Mission, and he learned how a shirt or a pair of shoes can go a long way.
If I want to give clothing, what's the best advice?
The only thing that we encourage is dignity. So when you're thinking about what to give, think about what you would like to receive.
Other tips from organizers at the LA Mission include sorting through the items you will donate and bagging or tagging them accordingly. If the clothing has holes or is tattered, consider bringing it to a textile recycling center or program in your neighborhood.
We have a partner that we use that kind of rags items and uses it for textile recycling. And so nothing really gets wasted.
Here at the LA Mission, they receive thousands of pieces of clothing just weekly. And a consistent need are actually warm clothing like jackets and sweaters.
Underneath each garment is a story, tales that Victor Lozano gets to experience.
There are times when I help somebody with clothes, they come at the last minute, hey, I got an interview tomorrow, and I've helped them, and weeks later, they're like, do you remember me? You gave me that shirt, you gave me that tie, I got the job. So that's wow.
As those who work here have a full circle moment.
I always walked past the mission, but I never thought I would be a part of the mission.
All thanks to one simple donation. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I am feeling inspired. I need to go through my closet now.
Yes. Now, do you do spring cleaning in spring or before spring to prepare for spring?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I tend to wait until spring, but I should start before.
Well, maybe just slowly start and it'll get
Yeah.
into spring. Absolutely. All right, quick look outside. The sun is up, but we also have precipitation on the way from snow to rain. I'll get you ready for that coming up.
Plus, a Washington woman has returned to the States after making the decision to travel to Turkey to aid those impacted by earthquakes. We hear from her next on Good Morning Northwest.
Get a great deal and the best prices of the year now at Overturf Kia. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. A 2023 Kia Soul LX with automatic transmission starts at just $21,220. Plus, get interest rates as low as 2.9%. Take delivery today or reserve a car that is on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter. And oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Hi everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have live agents available right now to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin with us in the Help Center. So Tom, phones are really busy over there. Tell us what kind of calls you're seeing.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the call center with you. We always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting folks the compensation that they deserve. You know, we're seeing calls about all kinds of accidents, but the most common by far has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person. They'll answer any questions you have and tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Click It RV Tri-City Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it.
Or come to the Pasco Autoplex.
From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee.
Only at Click It RV Tri-Cities or clickitrv.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. Now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to the work week. Well, warmer conditions are greeting us. It's taking a little longer, though, for some of our areas to get there, but the warmth is going to be sticking with us. But today, a transitional day. We're going to have snow for Yakima area and Ellensburg, and then light rain snow mix to rain for the Mid-Columbia and the Blues, which are warmer today. So on our radar, we're looking pretty nice so far. We had a little bit try to come into the Yakima Toppenish area, but we see most of it off into the Cascades, and we do expect that to swing over and get to our area. So let's take a look at the timing. We do expect it for the late morning hours. Snow for Ellensburg. Could be rain snow mixed to snow for Yakima. Mostly rain, though, for the Tri-Cities and Blue Mountain region. And as we head into our afternoon, could see a heavy cell or two come through the Tri-Cities and the Blues. But as we get into our overnight period, just occasional showers. But then as we get to Tuesday itself, it's going to finally start to dissipate, and we'll be looking at much nicer conditions Wednesday into our weekend. Much more sunshine is on the way than really anything else, so something to look forward to. So our temperatures right now kind of all over the place, from 36 in Walla Walla down to 18 in Ellensburg. And again, it's taking longer for the Yakima Valley, Kittitas Valley areas to warm up, but we will get there by the time we get to Wednesday. So this is for the Tri-Cities. We are looking to be just under the average for what we're seeing for the week ahead, but still quite a contrast from what we saw on Friday with those winter-like conditions. So we're still in winter and we're just below our average, but still warmer than it has been, and it looks to be sustained as we get into our weekend and our next work week. Winds are light, 9 in Walla Walla, our hot spot if you can call it that, but light winds so far this morning, and again, none of that wind chill factor that we had last week. And we're going to see winds all over the place. Tomorrow going to pick up to just under 20 miles per hour, then light winds Wednesday, and then heavy winds around 20 miles per hour. And again, these winds are coming from the southwest, ushering in those warmer temperatures, at least keeping us there. So folks, we're just under 2 weeks from daylight savings time. We get an extra hour of sunshine in the evening, but we lose an hour that weekend, so just get prepared for that. 18 days of St. Patrick's Day and spring. 3 weeks from today. Can't wait. Our highs today, again, taking a little longer for Ellensburg, Yakima, mid to upper 30s there. Our other areas, though, are going to be in the mid to lower 40s. And again, we do expect shower activity, snow for Yakima and Ellensburg, to rain snow mix to rain for the Mid-Columbia and the Blues as we get to our late morning to early afternoon hours today, and then occasional showers overnight into tomorrow. But then we're going to be settling down, looking very nice as we head into our weekend, though we do cool down for our weekend proper, but upper 40s by Thursday and Friday. Overnight lows routinely going to be in those mid to lower 20s. In the Tri-Cities area, again, we could see a slight bit of shower activity tomorrow, but we get up to those 50s Thursday and Friday, and sticking really close to that for your weekend. So again, folks, think of today as we're starting to warm up throughout a transition day as we see that snow in the late morning to early afternoon for Yakima and Ellensburg, and rain snow mixed to rain for the Mid-Columbia and the Blues as well. Jill.
A Wenatchee woman traveled to Turkey to help in the aftermath of the earthquakes impacting the area. She's now back in the States, sharing her experience and describing what ongoing relief efforts look like overseas. Brady Wakayama has the story.
I get to walk away from this, but their lives are in shambles, and it's going to take so much time to recover from that.
Jamie Smith reflecting on what she says was the most impactful trip of her life.
A lot of the buildings that were left standing were no longer safe to live in. So a lot of people were, living in tent cities that were popping up, or they're living around little, fires that they're building in between the rubble.
We spoke with Smith, a nurse who lives in Wenatchee, earlier this month. She, along with 3 other volunteers through the nonprofit organization Impact Northwest, made their way to Turkey to provide help. Just 2 days after the devastating earthquake rocked the country.
You have a whole generation now that has lost somebody, and there's just going to be that trauma that comes from that, and just that grief that comes from that. So your heart just really went out to everybody there, just knowing what they have ahead of them.
Over 10 days, she and her team drove more than 2,600 miles throughout Turkey, providing food, water, and blankets to countless families impacted.
So many people going through such a hard thing, and just to see their generosity and their kindness and how good they were to each other. It was just a great reminder of the humanity that is still out there.
Smith says she would be more than willing to go back to provide additional aid, and hopes others will consider doing anything they can to help as well.
I would just hope if we had something that happened here in the U.S. to that scale, that we would also be getting help from other nations, because it's too much for one country to deal with. And I think the more we're able to help each other, it makes it overall a better world.
I'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an important warning for everyone who uses an iPhone. The Wall Street Journal reporting criminals are exploiting an iPhone security feature to gain access to victims' entire digital lives.
Losing things you care about, like pictures of your family, and going through that all on my own without being able to reach anyone I care about was probably one of the worst 48 hours of my life.
After stealing your phone within minutes, thieves can use your passcode to change the password to your Apple ID. That allows them to turn off the Find My iPhone feature, making it nearly impossible to track, and with potentially easy access to apps that have critical personal or financial information, losing your phone may be just the beginning. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the expert tips you need to know to protect the personal and financial information on your phone. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
There's a different way to treat HIV. It's every other month injectable Cabenuva. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month.
Cabenuva helps keep me undetectable. It's 2 injections given by my healthcare provider every other month.
It's one less thing to think about while traveling.
HIV pills aren't on my mind. A quick change in my plans is no big deal.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments.
Every other month, and I'm good to go.
Ask your doctor about every other month Cabenuva.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to Jason's local forecast in a moment, but first a look at this morning's top stories. An arrest in an abduction investigation in Kennewick. Kennewick police say Friday morning a 24-year-old man forcibly took a 19-year-old woman from her Kennewick home. Officers say the 24-year-old and the 19-year-old had previously dated. Early Friday afternoon, detectives located the suspect on West Kennewick Avenue.
Our patrol officers and our detectives got on the investigation right away, and they were able to confirm the initial information that she was kidnapped with the Ring doorbell that's attached to her house. So it showed both the suspect, Johnny Cochran, forcing his way into her house and then removing her from the house and taking her away.
Detectives have spoken with the victim. The suspect was booked into Benton County Jail for burglary, kidnapping, and aggravated assault. The results of the February special election have officially been certified. The election in our area focused on bond and levy proposals, which help fund local school districts. School levies only need a simple majority, more than 50% of the vote in order to pass. All levies passed in Benton, Franklin, and Yakima counties, but bonds require a certain percentage of their voters to return their ballots and 60% approval, resulting in a failure in Mabton. While the Pasco School District bond just barely passed at 60.91%. Leadership Tri-Cities is an educational program to examine issues around the region that teams up with local organizations for its annual class project. This year, the class is partnering with the Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties to open up a thrift store to help support their mission. It's going to be located right next door to their services in Kennewick to help local domestic violence survivors.
What is something that 10 years from now we can go, hey, we did that? And having a thrift store was very appealing because this is something that we can help set up. Domestic Violence Services had already had the idea, they already had the space, they just needed some help to sort of light the fire and get it going.
Later today on Cap KVUE Local News, we'll have more about this project, including the potential opening date, as well as some upcoming fundraisers that benefit the Domestic Violence Services. There's a critical shortage of services for kids with special needs, special health care needs in the Yakima Valley, and Children's Village is struggling to keep up with the demand. As of last Tuesday, they had 711 kids on the wait list for physical, occupational, or physical therapy, plus more than 100 other kids waiting on medical services. They're working to increase their capacity with an expansion, and the Memorial Foundation is $4.3 million short of their $15 million goal to help them and the hospital's family birthplace make needed changes.
This is a place where children and families can thrive, and that's really special to have that right here in our community. And the only way we have that is because we have the community as a part of us and a part of our village.
Donations can be made online at champscampaign.org, and all of it will go to support children who see the world a little differently.
All right, we're in a transition Monday today. We are keeping an eye on shower activity on its way. When we expect it, we expect snow for Ellensburg and Yakima to rain snow mix by the time we get to our late morning hours. Also shower activity, rain snow mix to rain for the Mid-Columbia and the Blues as we start to warm up a little quicker there. Could even see a pretty heavy cell come through the Tri-Cities as we get to our late afternoon hours. As we head into overnight Tuesday into the morning hours for Tuesday, we are looking at scattered showers, but then we're going to see things settle down as we get into Wednesday and the rest of our work week. So very good news there. So current temperatures take a little while to warm up, all the way from 36 in Walla Walla to 18 in Ellensburg. So warmer temperatures are on the way. Today, you can see again, Ellensburg and Yakima, you're going to get back to around normal by the time you get to Wednesday. Mid to upper 30s there. As we move over into the Mid-Columbia, mid to lower 40s for most of our cities. And over in the lovely Blue Mountain region, we're in the mid to lower 40s as well. So folks, get ready for precipitation today as we transition into those warmer temperatures. Snow expected in the late morning, early afternoon for Yakima, Ellensburg. Rain snow mix to rain expected for the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. Late morning, pretty much into your evening hours. Jill.
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Cap KVUE Local News is back tonight at 5.